Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review and the first episode of the spoiler alert thingy. Don't have an official name for it, so I'm just gonna call it spoiler alert thingy. Right now, basically how this will work is I'm gonna go over every issue I reviewed this week, but with spoilers in it. If you want to see my initial reviews, they're already up. Just check the channel. Down below, I will hopefully have in annotations every single thing. So basically every issue will be down there that I'm going to go over. If you don't want to know what happens in a particular issue, say you don't want to know what happens in this Dark Knight Last Crusade, right? Last Crusade issue, which is the first one coming up. You can click on the next one, which I don't know what is the next one. I think it's Han Solo. Or if you haven't read Han Solo but you want to, you don't want to know spoilers on that, you can skip on to the next one and so on and so forth. Anyway, let's get started. Dark Knight Returns, like I said in my review, only real issue with this is the fact that it ends when it's just getting good because, Jason Todd is the reason that Batman retires in the Dark Knight verse, in the Mark Millar verse, and we don't actually get to see exactly what happened to him. He does go after the Joker, we see that at the end of it, and it makes you want to read what happens next. And I really hope we actually get a sequel to it because I want to see that happen. I want to see what Batman's reaction to that's going to be. I want to see how he goes after the Joker, knowing that either Robin is either dead or been captured. He's already weak, as you see throughout the issue. He talks about how he's slowing down, how he's having issues. He gets beat up really bad twice, the second time worse, by Killer Croc because he's starting to feel his age. And, he confides in Selina Kyle that he is kind of feeling it. He doesn't want to retire, but, she's telling him you're kind of like addicted to it. She's already retired. He doesn't want to. And yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's really well written. And, Joker we don't see enough of. We start off with the Joker getting arrested and put in Arkham, and he starts manipulating all the inmates until they start a full blown riot, and he can just waltz on out. But that was basically the big Joker thing. And one other thing that I really liked about it is, Mark Millar does this thing a lot, especially in his Batman series, where the reporters are a big part of the series, where they talk a lot. And to me, it's been kind of not the best parts. Like they were the parts I dreaded reading because some of them, they made a point. Some of them, like, it helped advance the story. Otherwise, it was just like all opinions and stuff. And I just wanted to get back to like the regular story. And here it wasn't used as much, which I think was really good. And like I said, it does advance the story, the ones that were used, because they talk about how Batman's going around and he's captured a Joker. And, that's one of the main things they talk about in the beginning. They're like, well, he wasn't there by himself. He had Robin. And they're kind of like, is he kind of a bad person for having Robin around with him? And, Bruce is actually watching that on TV. And already, like, that's when we learn he's feeling his age. He goes to throw up, like, almost right after he sends Robin away so he can go start his training. Yeah, it was really good. Like I said, I really hope they make a sequel for it. I would give it a 5 out of 5. Like I said, if I knew there was a sequel coming. Otherwise, it's just going to make you want more, and hopefully that means that we'll get more. Even if they're not planning a part 2 to this, enough people mention it, tweet it out, maybe we'll get a part 2 to it. I'm hoping we already are, but I don't know for sure. So I'm going to leave it at that. So moving on to the next thing, Han Solo. Gonna be short here because I don't really have much to say about it aside from, my review. Like I said, they didn't feel like a story that needed to be told. It didn't feel like very important. I get that these people he's going to try and rescue from one of the pit stops have intel. But the fact is, we already kind of know how that whole prequel series, not prequel series, wow, the whole original trilogy ends. I feel like if it was a story for Han Solo before A New Hope, the potential in it would have been really good. I believe we are getting a Han Solo movie, and it'll involve him being younger. I think a comic book version of that would have been really good. Not that we know what the story is going to be, but it feels like it would have been better than telling a story that happens in between the original movie and the second movie than anything. I don't know, just like we already know what's going to happen in the end. I mean, even with a prequel, we know what's going to happen in the end. But a prequel is cool because we get to see how they get to where they are now, which is why The Dark Knight Returns was actually so good, because we get to see what or how Batman is slowing down in it. In this, we get to see Han Solo not wanting to do his job because he's kind of paranoid, I think. And it kind of just makes you sit here and think, well, does that mean he could have paid off Jabba the Hutt and the whole thing that happened in the next movie, Empire Strikes Back? That could have been avoided because he would have had the money. Was he not trying or something? He could he have actually paid him off, and that could have all been avoided. That's kind of what it feels like. And it's a race. It's like, okay, he's the best pilot in the universe. Let's throw him in a race. And the race, will just be a cover story for what he has to do. Even though it ends with, like, the other people in the race getting attacked and making you wonder, okay, so is it the Empire attacking them? Is it somebody in the race attacking them? Is this how the race actually works? I don't know. But, yeah, it's good, but it's not great, and I feel like they could have done a better job, especially if it was a prequel. I know they're doing the movie, but a comic book prequel still would have been good anyway. They could have tied it into the movie somehow. I believe the comic books are now canon, so yeah, who knows where that movie is going to end up. I mean, if that movie ends up right before A New Hope, then okay, I can see why, but still, they could have done something. It could have been like a side thing he did when he was younger. I don't know. It was like I said, good, just not great. I do like Star Wars, so there's that. Anyways, next up we have Green Lanterns. It was good. I already mentioned it was good. I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, I pretty much talked about everything that happens in here, aside from it looks like somehow the Red Lanterns are losing their powers. They need more Red Lanterns. It's what it looks like. It looks like they're trying to get more people angry. That's how they work. Their anger, and I don't know if they're trying to get more Red Lanterns recruited, or if they're just trying to create more anger in the world so they can fuel their power, or what's happening. But it was good. Like I said, I don't really have much to spoil about it aside from that, because there's really not much to say about it. Everything I have to say about it, I already said in the review. I liked it. I liked the character development. I liked the two characters in it, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz. The fact that the government wants Simon to hand over his ring or tell them about the Green Lanterns, which he doesn't even know much about, to be honest. He still is fairly new. Not as new as Jessica Cruz, but still. And they're, threatening to throw him back in jail, apparently, for terrorist charges that he didn't commit. He apparently got the ring while in jail. I want to read his origin. It sounds interesting. That's one good thing about this issue, is it makes you want to do research on his character. Jessica Cruz, if I didn't know her character already, I probably would want to do the same thing. The ending of it, was definitely interesting. I think Simon gets a new power. They mention it at the end here, like Emerald Vision or something, and you can kind of see, I don't know if it's the future or if it's stuff that's happening right now or like what's going on. He kind of sees himself dead, and someone saying that this is the most powerful ring ever created. I don't know if they're talking about his ring, Jessica's ring, or who, but it definitely leaves a lot of questions to be answered, and this whole like kind of fear thing happening. It's good. I like it. They're kind of on their own because Hal Jordan has left the planet to go see what's going on with the other Green Lanterns, and I have no idea where Guy Gardner is or John Stewart. I remembered this time. I don't know where he is either, but yeah, it's good. I do like it. Not much else to say about it. Like I said, the ending of it, he has Emerald Vision. I don't know if that's been a thing in the past. But it sounds interesting. We have Argus, kind of taking over after the explosion with this like weird hate creature thing. I don't know. It's weird, but it's good weird because I'm interested. I do like it. I do like the characters. So there you go. There's my spoiler review on it. I like it. I want to see what's going to happen next. Green Arrow. I talked about how you probably would appreciate this more if you read the previous series or knew more about Green Arrow, especially than I do, than somebody who watches the show and just remembers him from Justice League or something, because his sister in it, oh man, I said his sister's name earlier. I don't remember it now, but the only thing we find out is that she's raised, her mom is an assassin, and I don't remember what it is. I guess it is his dad, so obviously, I was raised by a supervillain, and my mom is a ninja, is what he said. I actually just, funny enough, opened it to that page where she says that right here. And she's, teaming up with Oliver and Black Canary and doing their thing. The thing is, at the end of it, I feel like the big reveal is that someone is trying to kill Oliver Queen. We find out in it that his company is involved with these kidnappings. They were the shipping containers that the people were in. So when he goes to check it out and confront one of the people who work for him and the higher ups, they kind of order a hit on him, even though they didn't really want to yet, I guess. But he goes home and he starts automatically getting attacked. He's fighting off this assassin, and then his sister walks in, Emmy, and instead of helping him, she kind of like stands next to this person. I'm assuming this person is her mom. I can't even be, yeah, it's his mom. It's her mom. She says it right there at the end. But I wouldn't have known that, obviously, if she didn't say it. But I'm wondering, like, was her mom already in it before? I have no emotional attachment to this character, so I don't even, know. I didn't even know this character existed until I read this, which is why I'm saying, for someone who knows Green Arrow before this, probably enjoyed it a lot better. Probably saw that maybe coming, probably didn't see it coming and was like, oh my god, this is really good. For me, it was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Aside from that, it was good. It wasn't bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't really have anything else to say. I guess I could just say him and Black Canary hook up, apparently, which isn't a big shock, but it's kind of funny. He's trying to prove to her that he does help out the city, but then she kind of makes a point like, all the people you help out are with money. So, yeah, or all his friends involve working for him, except for his sister, which obviously is not a friend after reading this issue. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I do like it. I do want to read more, but like I said, I'm probably gonna go back read Green Arrow before this just to find out everything I can about the New 52 version of Green Arrow. It's not to say that I'm not gonna go back and read pre-New 52 Green Arrow stuff eventually, but I want to start with New 52 stuff just so I can get what is official canon and then read stories that are considered good about him later. Yeah, so next up we have Teen Titans. It was the Rebirth issue. I'm going to be running low on time here because my laptop battery is dying. If you don't know, I'm recording directly to my laptop. But the reason, okay, I didn't review this properly because the whole issue would have been a spoiler, like, from almost the beginning. Like I said, he does go around and, like, has memories kind of about taking, like, basically the first thing is taking a picture with the Teen Titans. Robin, I aside from Arsenal, I actually don't know who the other three are. I'm not familiar with them that much. I know one of them is the Wonder Woman looking chick. That's about it. But basically, he confronts Nightwing, and the second they kind of touch, Nightwing remembers who he is, and he's really confused. And everybody thinks, oh shit, he just took out Nightwing, let's fight him. And Wally is, he's trying to, like, not fight them. He's starting to think he needs to run away and stuff until somebody else bumps into him and they remember him. He figures, okay, maybe I don't run away. And he lets everybody else touch him, and every time somebody touches him, they have memories of him, they remember him. And by the end of the series, they're talking to him like they've known him for a long time. We do get flashbacks with him hanging out with everybody, like having a moment with everybody, which was really nice. And then we have everybody kind of talking about how it's funny that they felt something was off when they started when they got back together as a group. They felt something was missing, and that thing was Wally. He explains to them that he thinks it's going to happen again. And whoever did this is still out there, and they're basically all like with the whole, well, we'll try and stop them. It is a nice issue, just in the sense that he gets his friends back and everything. It's nice to see that, and yeah, it's cool. I do feel like the fact that all they had to do was touch him to remember him. I'm not saying it was a cheap, easy way to do it, but I feel like they could have done it differently. Like, he had to talk to all of them separately, one by one. They could have done it throughout different issues, and we could have gone to learn more about all these characters one by one. Even I don't know if the last Teen Titans series had them together, or if this is like a different group in the last Teen Titans series. If it is a different group, then yeah, I think that would have actually been better, because we could have gone to learn more about the different characters one by one in the span of, let's say, 2 issues, instead of just him getting all of them to remember him here and getting about a page each for every character. So, what I'm saying is, yeah, we could have at least learned more. It could have been spread out, but also, it's out of the way, so we can start the main story now. So that's a good thing, though. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Like, I feel like it could have gone out longer. We could have learned more about these other characters that I'm even not familiar with, like some of them, which is why I'm saying it would have been nice to learn more about them in maybe their own issue one by one. They could have been like, there's 4 of them. There could have been like a 4-part issue. It would have been, it would have been cool. It would have been cool to see like Wally and Nightwing for 1 issue, him and Arsenal for 1 issue, and so on and so forth with the other ones that I do not know. But yeah, there's 4 of them, or 5? There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 of them. But yeah, that would have been good. Superman, sad issue. Why is it a sad issue? Because Jonathan, now I remember his name, right? It's Jonathan, Clark Kent's kid, right? I think that was it. Oh man, it is just messed up, because it's focused on him. Like, it starts off with it being focused on Superman, on Clark Kent, and then shifts focus like 3 pages later to his kid, who wants to use his powers. He's excited to use them later to help clean up the barn that was destroyed by the lightning storm. And then, he's outside, the cat goes out, it's like doing its thing, hanging out, and an eagle comes out, picks it up, and he does what any kid would probably do, is freak out and want that bird to let go of his pet. Does heat vision and kills the cats. And it's just like, why? That was sad. It, like, you could see that he was sad about it. Some girl watched. Here's the thing, you didn't have to write that in. Like, I get it. Like, I get why. I kind of get why they did it. For, I guess, more of a shock effect than anything. They wanted the girl to see him use his powers and everything. But they could have at least had him rescue the cat, instead of, like, later in the issue, you still feel bad. And you can tell that he's feeling bad, and, like, it's the reason he snaps at his parents, kind of, and talks back to them. Because she's asking about the cat, and you're kind of like, the cat's dead. He killed it on accident. It's just really messed up. it's sad. It's sad. There's really not much else to say. At the end of it, Superman's talking to Wonder Woman and Batman. I'm assuming they don't know who he is and they're really confused about it. But at the end of it, it looks like Clark goes to get his kid and he's kind of like mysterious and stuff. And I don't know what's happening, but I want to know what's happening next. Are they going to take him to train? Do they know that he killed the cat? I don't know. Hopefully, we'll find out next time on Superman. But I may be waiting for the trade just because these take up space. One that I might be getting still weekly, like I've been doing before, is Batman. And like I said, it was a really good issue for something that did not really involve supervillains. Now it might have. There was these two people on the roof at one point. I don't know if they're supervillains or what. One guy had another rocket launcher with him. Or maybe he was captured by the people at the end of this issue, which are right here on the cover, which I, was really kind of like, who are these people? But yeah, basically, terrorist shoots a plane, and the whole issue is Batman not only getting onto the plane through his ejecting seats, but attaching jets to the wings, stabilizing it, having Alfred control it, the power of the jets, and him kind of steering it into the ocean so it can land safely, though they go through it like he's going to die. And actually, really does seem like he's going to die at the end, He's kind of telling Alfred, there's a video or some file he's left or something for everybody to watch after this. He's like asking Alfred if like his parents would be proud, and he's kind of like, yeah, your parents would be proud. I'm proud of you. And it was a pretty intense moment. He even calls in the Justice League to try and help while he's driving the Batmobile to get to the plane in the first place. But they're all either off planet or busy fighting a monster or something. So he tells them, never mind, he's got it. And right when it looks like, he's not gonna, like, he's basically gonna go save the plane, but he's not gonna make it. These two, Gotham Boy and Gotham Girl, or whatever their names are, show up and carry the plane and slow it down. And they say this is their city and they're there to protect it. And it's like, who are these people? And that's going to be the mystery from what's going on here. And I'm curious. Are they good guys? Are they just gonna be bad guys in the end? Are they new superheroes? I don't know. We don't know. We'll see where that goes. But it was really good for something that could have killed Batman. The writer did a good job. It's something that could have killed Batman that didn't involve a supervillain, and that was like done in a way where it makes you want to not stop reading. At least it made me want to read through it pretty fast. I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. It was really well done. Probably my favorite thing that came out this week, aside from the Dark Knight Returns Last Crusade issue. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, that's my reviews for this week, or my spoiler reviews for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to leave a comment down below, go ahead, tell me your opinion on this or any of the other ones that I reviewed here and talked about. Hope you guys enjoy this. I will try and be doing this every week. If you did like it, let me know, because that will encourage me to want to make more of these kind of videos. And yeah, I should go because my laptop's about to die, and I'm pretty much done reviewing things. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.